Hello to my YouTube family. Welcome back. Today, as you saw by the title, this is going to be a collective reading. So no pick a card today. But this collective reading is going to be very juicy. It's going to be very helpful because we're talking about why you could be having trouble manifesting right now. Okay, so if you're seeing me, if this video found you, or if you sought out this video for any reason, we are going to help you out. Okay. Please make sure to like this video. Please make sure to subscribe. Of course, we're actually going to use our other deck. I have a giveaway coming up very, very soon here. We might be at that point by the time I post this video. We might not, but either way, definitely subscribe so you can become a part of the family and you don't miss out on those gifts that I have for you guys. Okay. So we already have one card coming out. So let's go ahead and get into this manifestation process for you, because that's what I'm hearing it's a process and you're just learning what process suits you better. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles coming out here. I'll put her right here. Yeah, we're gonna pull the cards and get the cards out first. So let's go ahead. We got everything is fine. Ten of Swords out here. I'm trying my best to make the card straight. Let's see. Let me get another one. And we'll do one more. We'll start with this for now. And then we'll dive deeper. Okay. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune card coming out here. So this Wheel of Fortune card, as an overall energy, definitely tells me when it comes to manifesting, when it comes to actually receiving your manifestations, you could feel like A, it takes a while. And you could also feel like B, you tend to, you feel like you can't go against fate. You can't go against what's already written for you. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to manifest certain things. You're trying to attract certain things in your life. But your overall energy and attitude is telling the universe, that's not going to work. That's not going to happen. You know, this is how my life is. This is how my life's always been. Like, the inevitable success and the manifestation that you want isn't the inevitable. You living the same life that you already have is the inevitable in your mind. And Spirit's saying, yeah, babe, with that energy, what else do you expect to happen? Right? And that being said, please keep in mind, we are always manifesting. We are always attracting things to us. We are always putting out a certain energy, a certain frequency. So we are always manifesting. It's just about what energy, it's just about being conscious of what energy you are in, being mindful, about what energy you are in. So then in turn, when you attract things, when you manifest things, when you have certain experiences, you can validate and tell yourself, I manifested this. Nobody wants to tell themselves, I manifested this bullshit ass life that I have, right? But you did, in some way, shape, or form. So Spirit's telling you, it's not the fact that you have a problem manifesting. You can manifest, period. You know how to. No. You have the ability to manifest. You do it already. You just don't know how to put that into practice, how to make that your own so it works for you. Okay. So this first card coming out here kind of tells me that one thing that's working for you, one thing that is going well for you when it comes to your manifestation methods, so to speak, is your patience, right? You understand that sometimes you do have to step back and let shit go on and let shit work, okay? It doesn't mean that you always have to sit and passively wait, but you understand the value of waiting, right? The Seven of Pentacles also tells me when it comes to your manifestation method, like maybe you're someone who meditates to manifest, maybe you're someone who does scripting or 369, or maybe you just do visualization, or maybe you do maybe you're a practitioner, you do spell work, like whatever, however you choose to do it, Spirit's saying when you put your mind to it and you're putting that energy in, you, not only do you get to, like, there's almost like there's a perceived ceiling, right? So you get to a certain point and then you're like, now I have to stop and wait, or now I have to see if the universe is going to meet me here and actually give me what I want, right? So it's not that you might not have the best mindset, like the best thoughts and reasonings behind why you wait and why you take that step back. But when you feel intuitively called to take that step back, you do so. And Spirit's saying that's good for you. Okay. Patience is good for you. Understanding that just because I planted the seeds and I watered them, I took care of them, doesn't mean they're going to grow on my time, is good for you. Okay. So what's not good for you? Okay. Because we're here to talk about what's not working, why things aren't manifesting for you. And that's what this Ten of Swords is out here telling me. Okay. When it comes to, what's creating like the delays in your manifestations, the friction in your manifestations, it's low key your lack of acceptance and your lack of belief in your manifestation. Like, again, you have this feeling that the inevitable is going to happen, and the inevitable is you going back to the same old regular life. And I'm sorry, babe, but if you believe that's going to happen, it's going to happen no matter what you manifest, no matter how big you manifest. You're going to end up back in the same position, okay? Or if you manifest, quote, manifest at all, right? If you are attracting the things that you desire at all. Another thing when it comes to this Ten of Swords, this everything is fine card, it talks about you, right, you know how to physically take a step back, collective. You know how to physically take that break and physically step away from your work or your manifestations, right? But mentally, you have some work to do. Mentally, it gets a lot tougher. It gets a lot harder. It feels a lot more like suffering to wait and to not have that manifestation come in. Okay. Another thing that Spirit's telling me, the way she's looking on her phone. So Spirit's telling me the things that you are consuming when you are not intentionally manifesting also matter. Everything is frequency. Everything is energy. Whatever you consume, you are vibrating that frequency. If I'm constantly watching Sesame Street, and that's the only thing that I like to watch, and I don't watch anything else ever, I'm going to have a certain frequency. Versus someone who maybe watches horror movies all the time, and that's the only thing that they like to watch ever. They're going to carry a different frequency. Okay. And that plays a part in what you manifest, how you manifest. Someone who watches Sesame Street all the day, all the damn time, they might be trying to manifest money, right? And the way that money comes in, the amount of money that comes in has everything to do with their perception on it, not what work they've actually done. Same thing with someone who maybe watches horror movies all the time, right? What they manifest and how big they manifest is going to be different, not just because of their own, personalities, interests, but because of what they consume. Okay. So that being said, we're going to talk about what do you need to kind of challenge you, right? So you can level up, so you can reach this level of manifestation that feels easy, that feels effortless. And the Six of Pentacles is out here for that. So the Six of Pentacles is kind of giving me this vibe that's very, how can I say this? You don't know when to fucking quit. You don't know when to stop. It's like the if you've ever heard the term train of thought, right? There's a lot of really great exercises you can look up to help yourself control your train of thought. Because sometimes, baby, the train of thought is going. She's chugging. She gets to the first station. She's cool. People get on. She gets to the second station. Okay, she might be going a little fast, but she still stopped. People got on. Get to the third station. She didn't stop. And then she gets to the fourth and the fifth and the sixth and the seventh. And suddenly she ain't picked up no more passengers. Okay. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up here, right? Spirit's telling me you need to learn when to quit. You need to know when enough is enough. You need to know when you're overgiving and when you're undervalued. You need to know when you're undergiving and when you're overpromising. You know what I mean? Spirit's telling me here with the Six of Pentacles, especially it being in the reverse, when it comes to leveling up your manifestations, you really have to understand equal give and take. And that doesn't just mean people, that means energy. Again, when we're talking about consumption of entertainment or whatever the case, if you are someone who's constantly sitting, laying down, consuming things on their phone or on your, computer or whatever, and you don't create, you don't get up and go work, right? That's a very simple, basic example of equal give and take and how it changes what you can expect to come to fruition, aka manifest. If I'm someone who's constantly consuming content and constantly in my mind, constantly running with this train of thought, the 3D world around me will either panic me, it will make me anxious, or it will be frivolous to me. I will not value it in the ways that I quote should, okay? And by should, I mean should loosely, right? Everybody has their own parameters. Yeah, babe, you got to know when I don't even know the lyrics to the song, but you got to know when to hold them and to fold them and whatever else you do, because I don't play poker. Anyways, y'all. Yeah. If you want to level up, you got to understand the laws of the universe, babe. You got to understand the laws of the universe. The Seven of Swords is coming through as a piece of advice, right? Something that you can start doing today. And we are going to pull some more cards before we head out of here. But the Seven of Swords gives you a piece of advice, something that you can start doing today, something that you can start doing right away to see the change that you want when it comes to your manifestations. And the Seven of Swords tells me, don't be throwing rocks and hiding your hands. If you are going to do something, say you're going to do it and be proud and be loud. If you're not okay with something, you're not going to do something, say you're not going to do that, you're not okay with it, and stand on it and be proud and be loud. Spirit's telling me, what do we have coming out here? Your authenticity is a beacon for you and others. Literally, right? When you're real as fuck, you're not afraid of people pleasing or stepping on toes. The frequency that you carry, that is where the manifestation happens. The confidence, the authenticity, the fearlessness, the immediateness. What's a better word for that? The instantaneousness, right? Instead of overthinking our actions and overthinking our capabilities, like our capacity to manifest, it could be because you don't allow yourself the time to get to the other side. You know what I mean? Like, you have to know when to push and when to relax. And right now, that's just a little blurred for you in this process. Okay. So as you're getting clear on that, as you're getting clear on, not just when to make certain moves, when to step back and when to move forward, when to relax and when to, go in and go hard, but also 100% at all times being real about it and being yourself about it, and doing it in a way that feels authentic, and doing it in a way that doesn't feel like compromising, and doing it in a way that feels like I'm not people pleasing. I'm not trying to impress other people. I'm not trying to, get this because of other people. I'm not trying to prove something to myself or to someone else by getting this thing. I want this thing because it will provide me with this, period, point blank. Okay, I am eternally connected to the infinite source of all wealth and prosperity. This is an affirmation for you. Comment this below. Say this out loud. Write this down. Put it as your wall, your wallpaper. I am eternally connected to the infinite source of all wealth and prosperity. You are not separate from your manifestations, babe. Everything you want exists already in this time, in this realm. Everything that you can think of is because it's out there. So if you are visualizing and imagining yourself at a certain frequency, at a certain level, at a certain status, it's not because spirit is punishing you and wanting you to go crazy by imagining these things you can't have. You know those things are possible for you. You would not desire and reach for these things if the inside of you did not know it was possible. We have Love is Stronger Than Pride by Sade. Love this song. I was just thinking about the song yesterday, which is so interesting. This is about romantic or platonic devotion, right? So this is about resilience. This is about you being very intuitive and you being undeniably undeniably aware of your emotions. You know what I mean? There are some things in this lifetime that people can, for lack of a better word, ruin for you, right? There are some things that we cannot control. There are some things that are just going to happen and the cards are going to fall how they fall. That being said, manifestation is all about perception. It's all about belief. If you do not believe those things are true for you, babe, put the candles up, put the notebook away. You need to work on feeling worthy, feeling like you deserve something, feeling like I don't have to give all of myself to have something, feeling like I don't have to take shortcuts, I don't have to sneak around, and I don't have to feel bad for wanting to manifest what I want and need, right? I don't have to feel bad for wanting it. I don't have to feel bad for going after it. Spirit's just asking you to have a little bit more mindfulness. Okay, you do a good job when you're starting your manifestations, when you're putting in the work, but you start to reach this point where you feel frustrated, you feel like it's not working. You have to push through that. You have to push through that. You have to tell yourself, no, this shit is working. Just because I don't see it in my 3D right now doesn't mean that it's not working. Things are always going on behind the scenes for me. I am eternally connected to the infinite source of all wealth and all prosperity. Why? Because it is a part of me, because I am not separate from it. The Seven of Swords is really peeking out to me. And I think it's because, again, it's about standing in your authenticity. Part of standing in your authenticity is doing things in the way that you see fit, taking the steps that you see fit, and going about it in the way that makes sense to you. That doesn't mean following people on TikTok. Shit, even if I say something in this reading, you're like, nah, girl, that's not me. That is you using your discernment and you saying, I know what works best for me. And that's always going to lead you down the right path, okay? Another thing that I want to say, and this will be probably the last thing that I mention here for your reading, my love. Let the energy work. Don't be getting impatient. Don't be telling yourself, I don't see anything, so it's not working, because that's going to delay it and that's going to push it away. Don't be telling yourself I have to give and give and give and give to get what I want, or I have to beg and beg and beg and plead, or even the opposite, like, I'm hearing, maybe I don't deserve this thing. Maybe this thing is too big for me. Maybe this thing is not in my wheelhouse. Maybe there's a reason I'm not manifesting it, because it's not for me. No. You can have any and everything that you desire in this life. Any and everything, if you're willing to get it. If you're willing to get it. Sometimes the effort that you're being asked to put in is not physical. Sometimes it's not monetary. Is that the word? Monetary. Sometimes it's mental effort. Sometimes it's energetic. Sometimes it's simply about rewiring and reworking your approach. Okay. Because again, you have everybody has the ability to manifest. You do it every day, all the time. You have the capacity. Don't question if you have the ability or the capacity, because you do. Okay. The only thing you need to be focusing on is, how impatient am I? What am I? What's my like actual intention? What's underneath the thing that I'm trying to manifest? Because that does matter, and it does carry a certain frequency when you are manifesting, aka it could be desperation or it could be excitement, right? And last but not least, don't manifestation isn't instant, but it also isn't not instant. So don't feel like you need to constantly be doing spell work or constantly manifesting, constantly trying to find new ways to cut corners to get to your manifestation. No, do your work once, be confident in it, or do your work consistently and be confident in it, and let it be. Let the work do its work. You know how people say, let your body do its job? That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Okay. I just saw 222, I think. 2122, something like that. So 21 could be significant, 22, or just twos in general are going to be your confirmation after this reading, baby. Not only that you are manifesting, that you do have the ability to manifest whatever you please, but that it's working. It's actually happening. It's not just something that could happen. It is happening for you, especially if you are putting into practice everything, even some of the things that we talked about today. Okay. I have plenty of non-tarot reading videos, more informational videos on manifestation, and amongst other things. If you're willing to check that out, if you feel like, you know, maybe I just need, maybe I also need a new method, right? So when we're talking about this process, maybe you started to think of, you know, new things to try. Maybe you've never done scripting. You would like to do that. Maybe you do scripting, you journal all the time. That shit's not working. So now it's time to meditate, do some visualization. Maybe you don't want to do any of that shit and you've been overwhelmed and you've been trying to do everything. So it's time for subliminals. Okay. Whatever it is for you, make sure it feels authentic to you and make sure it feels like something that, you can be confident in. Okay. I love you. I appreciate you. Make sure to like this video, definitely, and subscribe. Join our family, not only for the prizes, the giveaways, but so you don't miss any of the other videos and content that I have for you. Okay. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.